Well, most people start their day with a cup of coffee, as Dick does.
Actually, this is water this morning.
Oh, look at you. It is. Okay, usually it's a cup of coffee.
It is.
You're hurting me today. Or 2 or 3. Maybe not stopping at 1. But have you ever gotten tired of the same old stuff?
Ryan Rumbaugh joins us live from a local Jefferson City cafe with some ways to spice up that morning brew. Ryan?
Yes, good morning, guys. Yeah, Dick usually starts his day with a cup of coffee, and it's usually him running down the hallway at the last second before we go on air. But this morning, we are talking about how to make the best coffee possible. We're in Jefferson City at Coffee Zone, and I'm here with the owner, Taisir. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. How you guys doing?
Good. Thanks for having us this morning.
Thanks.
You're getting ready to open for the day.
Yep.
And we're talking today about how to spice up your coffee at home, even though we want people to come out to Coffee Zone and have some coffee because this place is great.
Thank you.
But you've got some tips on the perfect coffee, and we were chatting before. I'm surprised at some of these tips that you have. So what are your basic
Well, to make a perfect cup of coffee at home, you need major basics, which is first, you have to have your coffee machine cleaned every day, daily. And by I mean cleaned, you got to clean it with water and rinse it out. So once a month, you have to run the vinegar and water, which is 50-50.
Okay.
You run it once, then you run it twice with the vinegar water, then you throw away the water, you put another fresh water, you run it twice to clean all that vinegar out of it, then you brew just a small cup of coffee in it, just to get it all the vinegar out, this way you don't have that taste. Then you start your day.
So you really got to take care of that coffee machine and get all that bad stuff out of there in order to have a good cup of coffee.
Of course. Then you got to have your water, filtered water. So either you use bottled water or you have a filter system at home.
Like a Brita pitcher or something like that?
You can use, well, yeah, I mean, the bottled water is the best out of all of them, unless you have good filter system at home.
Okay.
Then your coffee bean, people, please buy fresh cup of beans. Don't buy cheap beans. Just buy good beans, because cheap beans is gonna taste cheap. I don't care what everybody said.
And you said don't put them in the fridge, which is surprising. I know my parents put theirs in the fridge.
It's an old habit that people start putting in the fridge to keep the moisture in it, to keep it fresh.
Right.
People put it in the freezer to freeze the beans, to keep the oil in it, and all that is really not true.
Right.
You have to keep it in an air seal tight container in a dark spot underneath the cabinet in a drawer, but you don't want to keep it in the fridge or freezer.
And you want people to grind their own beans. You don't want to buy the pre-ground stuff.
Yes. I mean, it's the best for the best cup of coffee. You really need to grind it right before you make it.
Okay.
So what people do, the best way to keep going, I understand, you want to wake up, you're going to push that button because you need that coffee.
Yeah, you said don't set it the night before.
Yes.
And time it.
So don't set it the night before, don't time it. The best thing to do is you can cheat. Okay. So you can make a small cup of coffee in the morning to get ready to push that button, to keep you going. You know, everybody needs that motivation little set.
Yep.
So then after that, you get your grinding going. While you're sipping on that small cup of coffee, you get your water ready. So all this, so you get time. By the time you finish your first cup of coffee, you actually drink your real cup of coffee.
The good stuff. All right, well, you know what you're talking about. You're the pro. We're going to come back in a little bit, and we're actually going to make some coffee and give you some tips on how to make some good stuff at home. But for now, we will send it back to you guys in the studio. Okay.
I think he drinks instant.
No, I do not. For some, that cup of coffee or cups of it are crucial to starting your day.
Ryan Rumbaugh joins us live from a local cafe with some ideas to spice up your morning beverage. Ryan?
Yes, good morning, guys. A cup of coffee on a day like today sounds really good. It's really chilly outside. It would be nice to be curled up at home with a cup of coffee. But this morning we are here at Coffee Zone in downtown Jefferson City. We're on High Street, for those of you who are wondering. I'm here this morning with Taisir. He's the owner. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for having us this morning.
Thank you for coming.
We've already chatted before about having the best cup of coffee at home with your coffee maker, taking care of your stuff, but now we're using the pros tools here. So what is this for people who don't know?
This is an espresso machine. It's my baby.
And like you said, this isn't your gas station coffee, right?
This is not a gas station cappuccino. We'll talk about that later. And we're going to try to make double shot of espresso.
Okay.
Which is really great thing to know. For people who has espresso machine, we'll give them a few tips. First, when you do, make sure you're packing. The espresso is clean.
Okay.
And that affects a lot. And you need that temper so you can This way you press, you put pressure on the beans, on the ground coffee, and you have to use a grinder, and you gotta grind it fresh.
Okay.
And that's why a special grinder for that.
Let's do it.
We're gonna start with.
So we got a grinder over here that works really quick too.
Yep. And as I don't know if you can hear it, but it's running, so it grinds automatically whenever you need some more.
Okay. So you're packing it down in there?
Yep. So we're gonna make sure it's a clean surface. There is nothing. Flip it.
Wow.
So this is another tip. First, before you do anything to the espresso machine, for people who's at home, you gotta remember the coffee in going through, the water is still cold. It's not the perfect temperature. So we're gonna run it through, get the hot water
Heat
going.
it up a little bit.
And that'll give you a great espresso to start with.
Okay.
So after it stops automatically, we're gonna come in and we give it a little pressure. And we have a lot of buttons here. It's a little confusing, but it's not bad. We have single shot, double shot. This is the rest. It's for different shots, and this is for cleaning the espresso machine. So we're gonna go for a double shot.
And that's all you gotta do.
And that's all we gotta do. For a great espresso, your average 28 seconds to 30 seconds before it stops brewing. And they usually give you a good time to kind of steam the milk if you are doing anything for a latte or a mocha, so you want to get your milk ready, and that's perfect.
And we were chatting before, the difference between a latte and a cappuccino.
For a coffee shop, not gas station cappuccino, it's the latte is 3/4 milk and double espresso.
Okay.
The cappuccino is a lot of foam, a touch of the milk and the double espresso.
Okay, well in a little bit we're going to come back, we're going to make those cool drinks with the different flavors, the caramel, all that fun stuff, and we'll show you how to maybe do it at home. But for now we will send it back to you guys.
Okay, thanks, Ryan. So have you ever grown tired of that same old cup of joe?
Ryan Rumbaugh joins us live from Jefferson City with some ideas on how to make those specialty drinks right at home. Ryan?
Yes, good morning, guys. We're at Coffee Zone in Jefferson City, and I'm here this morning with Taisir. He's the owner. Good morning.
Good morning.
We've been learning a lot about coffee and different espresso and drinks this morning. You know your stuff.
Correct, I do. And the best thing about it is using an espresso machine, and for somebody who's at home, it's a joy. It's something you do what you love. So special people use espresso machine at home.
So we're going to make a pretty good drink, and we've already got our espresso done here.
We already made the espresso done. We're going to make a banana nut latte with banana and hazelnut.
Sounds so good.
And we're going to talk about the difference between cappuccino and a latte.
Okay.
The latte is 3/4 milk and a touch of foam and double espresso.
Okay.
The cappuccino is the opposite. It's 3/4 foam, a touch of milk, then the espresso. And that's the difference. There's a lot of people asking. Temperature for the milk always has to be 150 if you're making espresso drinks. If you're making coffee, it's going to be between 195 205 on your house. And so you make the milk. The best thing to make foam while the milk is cold. So we're going to pour our milk slowly.
Now you said for somebody at home, they could boil the milk if they don't have an espresso machine, but it's not going to be the exact same, but it'd be similar.
Exactly.
Okay.
And we make our foam nice and fluffy, so we bring our syrups, 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, wow, that easy.
This is our banana nut.
Nice.
And it's that easy. Every drink you make at home, you add milk to it. Make sure you stir it, please.
Okay.
And for people who use the espresso machine at home, do not use flavor beans.
Okay.
Use espresso beans only. And that's why you don't have any flavors in the machine. It says clean, sharp, keep it clean.
Okay, well, we're at your place in Jefferson City, but you said you've got a close relative over at Columbia.
I have a great brother who actually taught me every move in the book. His name is Osama, Coffee Zone in Columbia.
Okay.
By the Blue Note on 11th North, 9th Street.
Okay, well, great. Whether you're in Columbia or Jeff City, you can check out the Coffee Zone. This place is great. Lots of people hanging out this morning.
Yeah, and I have a father-in-law who's in Jeff City also, Jeff City Medical Group. They have First Cup Cafe. So go visit them.
Yeah, lots of coffee in the family. Well, thanks for having us out this morning, and thanks for teaching us so much stuff.
You bet.
We'll send it back to you guys, and I'm going to try this drink. This looks awesome.
Perfect.